Hi guys, I actually have a question for you guys. Is 4K enough to raise a 3-year-old child? Hold your thought because we're gonna get into it. But before we get into it, please don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. Guys, please watch the ads, it's very important, as well as click the thank you button. If you're a small YouTuber wanting to promote your channel from my platform, please hit me up on Instagram or comment down below. We will talk. I'll be doing this free of charge, as I understand how difficult it may be to promote your business out there. When you do hit me up on Instagram, please send me a 1-minute video of you explaining what your YouTube channel is and then into your channel so the site is where to find you. And also, if you want to see a more fun, exciting side of me, please click here on my channel. I'll have it linked down. Please go and like, share, comment, subscribe to those. I would really appreciate your contribution to that. Please grab yourself something to drink. I'm having some sparkling water, nothing crazy. For that thought, I'm going to be holding this sparkling water because this is one long story that we are going to be getting into. So, the question of today, the question of the hour, the question of the week, because this topic has been trending with Twitter, is 4,000 enough to raise a 3-year-old? Let's get into it. So, a lady by the name of Lisa Twala, which is her full name is Upalesa, took to Twitter to tweet this. This is what she had to say. You know, I'm not one to come on here and share my business with the internet, but I'm in a tight place. This is the man who got me pregnant, promised to be there for his daughter. For the past 3 years, we've had a roller coaster of co-parenting relationship. What's in Name's Will? Okay. So, I don't know where her tweet started, but I'm guessing I caught it late. Let me add context to Lendawe. It's, mind you, my 15K salary would have to pay the levies where I live, which is 3.5, including water and electricity, including groceries, etc. I've tried to stretch my money, yet when it comes to him buying Cindy clothes, 1 minute he will, 1 minute he won't. So Cindy, I'm guessing, is the 3-year-old here in question. That I might not have the full story of, you know, because I got in Daba late, so I might not have. I can post the tweets right here so you guys can read for yourself. So, Undomazana Law decided to paint the boyfriend, so as a deadbeat, and says 4,000 is not enough. So, Umfana Abantu did not waste time and said, oh, also 4,000 is not enough. Wakipa Umfana Abantu, his a screenshot of the payments he has been making. I want to put this down because so it shows that Uka has been paying 4,000 every month without fail from February to August. He makes sure she doesn't call. We send an a saying, okay. Nebon, I wanted to get us to get the context of the story because I actually have a lot of things to say. Guys, I want to ask for the people, especially parents, even if you're single, you're married, you're like, how is it? Is 4,000 enough to raise a 3-year-old child? Now, let me paint the scenario for you guys from what I've got, and I stand to be corrected in the comments. I do not mind. So, and when you do correct me, please come respectfully. Don't just say, yeah, you don't do your research. What kind of a gossiper are you? Because after all, I have a life. I don't sit here on the internet and care about who does what where. That's not me. I'm just doing, to be quite frank, because in to be quite frank, guys, I only do these things because of Imalikwa YouTube. Do I really have the passion for YouTube? So but bear in mind when you do correct me that I actually have a life and I don't sit on social media. So anyway, let's get into it. So law 4,000 law, let's bear in mind as the current situation we are speaking about now, the mother is not working. She mentioned that the 4,000 is only for a crash. She also mentioned that the 4,000 is only medical aid. She just mentioned a bunch of things that I don't know, Mina, as a first-time mom, would find, I don't want to say unnecessary, but even with other people that have had kids, we discussed this thing, and I'm glad I'm not the only one saying like this. First of all, as a mother who is unemployed, who's staying home, why are you taking the child to crash? You could be pocketing that 4,000 for other expenses because you are not working, so you can clearly stay with the child. And this is a 3-year-old we are talking about. We are not talking about someone who's a 6-year-old who desperately needs to go a crash or needs to go to school. No. Another thing is, if you are unemployed, the last thing that should be on your mind is medical aid. There are public hospitals for that reason. You are now going to strain yourself 4,000 because when public there are public clinics there or public hospitals there for a reason. Yes, the process of going a public hospital is tedious, but at this point you are not working, you're unemployed. The little money that you get is for you to make it stretch to last. And then another thing that people mentioned was, why is the child still on formula at 3 years? Guys, nami as the first time manje ingane mangeke ufike with 3 years asam or formula. No. There are going to be water, there are going to be diluted juices, bossy. Guys, you need to substitute for such things because this is where most of your expenses or where your money is going. For an example, she mentioned that the child is on formula. People also were like, no, a 3-year-old on formula, no money. That is just a no. So let's get into the comments. So the first comment is, no one can tell me otherwise. Being childless is a flex, and I agree. If you are childless, stay childless, my love. You are missing out on nothing. Trust me, if I don't have money, you are missing out on nothing. I also want to mention something, guys. I don't know why a lot of women get stigma or get judged when they abort, because they know that they cannot afford. I don't know why you guys are judging people when they abort. Honestly, if let's just say I was someone who was pregnant and I was not financially stable, yeah, abort. Sorry, personally, I don't care if you're gonna say, yeah, but you're a mother of 0 here, but you're a mother of whatever, because I know damn well this happened, and I wouldn't say it's a mistake, because when in the way it's a mistake doesn't work anymore, guys. There are a lot of ways to prevent the pregnancy, so in the way mistake just needs to be off your list. When you sleep with someone, you need to have a 50% chance of whether you're gonna get pregnant or not, but we are not there. So someone asked Dugutin, it can never be enough. Daycare alone is 6,000 per month. Guys, Kantilama crashing, like how much? 6,000? That's like school fees. Like, why are you paying school fees for crash? So when you have to pay school fees, how much you gonna pay if your crash is 6,000? Personally, And then asked, how much is medical aid, school fees, groceries? If it all amounts to 4K, then yes, it's enough. I guess you didn't see her thread. Namandi it's thread there, but if you are if I'm not. So Opero joined the chat. He said, depends on the lifestyle you want for your child. Poor, 1,000 per month. Low class, 2.5 per month. Upper middle class, 4,000 per month, which I would think Umtana is on upper middle class, but given the fact that Umama aga 70, then it's a different chat. And then it says rich, 10,000 per month, wealthy, 30,000 per month. Pick your lane. I think he was just naming the max, because the minimums, I'm not sure. Some of the comments I've read show how insensitive people can be. There are people out there who don't even make 4K a month because they are unemployed. Others even earn minimum wage and could never afford 4K child support, let alone 6K for daycare. Not everyone's reality looks the same. This is why you don't have kids when you are not financially stable. I don't care what you guys have to say for me. If you know you're not financially stable, why are you bringing kids? This is why I'll also never normalizing the very teenage pregnancy, because to me it doesn't make sense. Why are you 16 and you're excited that you are 18, mom? Like, there's nothing exciting. And the annoying thing is that on social media they have normalized it, especially Pabo TikTok. Get ready with me as a 16-year-old pregnant mom who's unemployed, or like what? Guys, as in cycles and like especially on TikTok, when you see Labantu, you're 27-year-old with what's this? 27-year-old with 7 kids in poverty. It's literally written there, poverty, nothing else. So you can never convince me otherwise now. So Omiya is actually 8K because the mother has to pop up the same amount. The same mother who's with the child 24/7 provides shelter, changes nappies, feeds the child. The same mother must contribute the same amount as the person who babysits the child. Unfortunately, guys, you want to be paid for your services to be a mother. It doesn't make sense. Umuntu wants to list the fact that the child stays with you, you do that. It's what you're supposed to do as a mother. What do you want to do? I don't understand. In actual fact, because we complain that if 4K, she also needs to take out 4K, so it's actually 8K for maintain her done. Guys, this topic is it goes when you think about it. And I think personally, in my opinion, I think she's ungrateful. Because my it will go down to 2.5 or even 1.5, and she'll realize that the 4K was actually a proper amount. But I don't want to judge people, but I think we also need to be realistic in the lifestyles we live. So Ubabalo added the reason the girl won't take him to maintenance court is because they'll reduce the amount, hence why she came to vent on Twitter. 4K is more than enough. Child expenses must be split 50-50, and I agree. Also, why are you unemployed and paying medical aid? Like, what's so wrong about going to a public hospital? Because I know them all, no 3-year-old needs month-to-month checkups. Guys, yeah, but I'm not the only one, at least who sees it. If you're unemployed, hand up. There are public clinics are there for a reason, or hospitals. There are so many things that a child doesn't need. Formula F3, nappies as well. She's probably just making some of these things up to try to prove her case. The school thing is non-existent. Apparently it's for next year. She's just throwing things to make him a bad guy. Accept. Also, why is her 3-year-old on formula Mufe juice like other kids? Exactly what I was saying, guys. There is no need. So actually, if there was no formula, she was going to say no, the child is still breastfeeding at 3. She was gonna, like, for me it just doesn't make sense. I don't seem to be judgmental. I don't want to be judgmental because I myself am a parent, but with formula, no. I feel like it's women with children who think 4K from your baby daddy is enough, because I can tell you for free it's more than enough. That you add your own expenses into the kids' expenses is when you think it's not enough. That is absolutely true. The child is not even in crèche, staying with the unemployed mother, but 4K is not enough. Guys, and I still say it. Mina, ingane ayinje crèche or unemployed, like personally, ingane na 3 anyway. It's not like it's gonna lose out much. I could be wrong, but as kulum no munko 5 or 6 lana, that's a different story. So the list goes on and on. Problem Palisa is that she's comparing 4K to what the man makes a month. She wants more, not because the child needs more. She thinks they deserve more. The day that man takes this to maintenance court, she'll be sorry. She'll be very sorry. 4K, the guy made sure that it's the first thing he does in the morning after month and 7 to 8 a.m. So ungrateful. It's always the first payment he made. Guys, I will always say this, Mina, personally. The situation, I know, guys, and I don't want to say choose the right people, because the right people, the right person actually could act right at that time, and then it's a different story. The chats between this lady and the baby daddy, and honestly this lady is crazy. Such high standards when you're unemployed. The guy gives her 4K for the child. She clearly wants more for herself as well, because these demands are just outrageous. It's just crazy. Kumje is just crazy. I need women to be okay with not being the primary caregiver of the child. If the child support on offer doesn't even scratch the surface of what it costs to raise the child, then send the child to go and live with their father. That's it, guys. I need us to normalize into Okshingane no babak. Shiyajingane no babak. Abone na good. Lento ubuyikhalela yona. But in this case, I'm gonna have to take the guy's side. To go to girl. Personally, girl, I don't know, but she. And funny enough, the same girl that was complaining about how 4K is too little is the same girl that wanted a second child with the guy. Never want to get like and as it seems. Guys, I don't know. In this situation, Mina, I just want to say, Uguti, please have a child when you want to have a child, when you are financially stable. Guys, I've always been told with ingane eyagama. Have a child when you are financially stable. When you know that even if this guy doesn't chip in, you can stand your ground. Because right now we are having these conversations, and some of the comments are nice, some of them are not nice, some of them show the reality of how actually other people are living out there. Someone was even saying that I have 3 kids, I get 3,000, 1,000 for each child. Well, now you are like you get 4,000 for one. Do you see how this comes? Now we are nitpicking. Guys. But anyways, guys, comment down below how you feel about this situation. If you like such content, please don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe to the love.